text, lived experience, Radi's story. Life Without Barriers logo. Radi is in the studio drawing as she talks. There's a plain skateboard, sketchbook, and art materials on the table. Her artwork is shown throughout the video.
Yes, my name is Radi Van Hoff, and I'm an artist. I specifically like doing portraits of people with watercolor. My art changes every time. Like, I experiment with different styles, different mediums. So I'm starting to do acrylic. Like, it gives me purpose in life, but also it's just, it's been a big part of my life since I started. I have a lot of artistic friends that kind of got me to this point. So I've been with Life Without Barriers for about a year now. I was on with them for a little bit, and then I had to take, we finished up our collaboration and then went back with Life Without Barriers when I moved out.
A picture of Radi and
but
Heidi is seen.
Heidi has introduced me to a lot of communities and all that, have tried to get me out in the community. The biggest thing that I like to say about mental illness is that we're not bad people. However, people do like bad choices, and we can't use our mental illness as an excuse, but we can use our mental illness as an explanation. We're stigmatized as very aggressive people. Like, when my partner found out I had PTSD, he immediately thought I was going to be aggressive. And I'm like, I'm not aggressive right now, am I? And he's like, no. And I'm like, just because I got my label doesn't mean I'm going to magically become aggressive and try to attack people. That's a good example, because my partner didn't know about mental health because it's so stigmatized and all that. And the only way we could see mental health is through media, and they do it very terribly. Yeah, the borderline personality disorder is a very stigmatized condition. I've had BPD basically most of my life, I could tell. And basically, when I was diagnosed with it, a lot of people treat you really differently. A lot of peers treat me differently. Doctors treat me differently. Nurses treat me differently. So do psychiatrists, because it's a very stigmatized condition and it's still a very new condition. So not many people know about BPD. Not many people know what can treat it because it's still relatively new. And we don't have medication to treat it. And we only have some therapies that can treat it. But the biggest thing also that I get reminded by my psychiatrist is that you can get better. You can get cured. You can eventually get past this. It's going to be a long one, but being undiagnosed from BPD is possible. So you're not stuck like this forever. This happens very a lot when I admit myself to hospital, or I try to reach out for therapy. For a while I've been trying to reach out for therapy because I've got a lot of problems and I want to get through them, and I want to do something about it, because I can't just sit here and let it devour me. So I'll reach out to a lot of places, and they'll go, oh, you're too complicated, we can't take you in, or you're too high risk, because when it comes to borderline personality disorder, we tend to have a lot of problems with self-harm and suicide and self-destructive behaviors. So that immediately becomes us as a threat. And they're a threat that they're not willing to take. Heidi's able to push me to do stuff that I struggle to do by myself. So she's taken me to dental before, because I have a lot of dental problems. She also takes me out and said, and she's also like there if I need to talk to someone and all that. Just having that person there when you can just contact whenever you need to has been very helpful. And I can reach out to help when I need to. But Heidi was fighting for me to be a part of Mindshare because of her she's very passionate and optimistic about my art, and she was able to get me in. So Mindshare was basically an art exhibit for people with mental health struggles and all people from Life Without Barriers. Basically, there's a bunch of us in this specific room today, and we all did art. And it's either representing yourself, representing mental health, it could be whatever you want. And me being seeing this opportunity given to me, I went bonkers. I did a lot of paintings. I did a giant
Radi's Mindshare art submissions
of hanging off my paintings and my portraits, and then I handmade a book from scratch. So I sewed it all together with wool and all that
Radi
to make a book
she made.
to explain my journey while showing off my art. At Mindshare, I was able to sell 3 paintings. So a lot of us neurodivergent people, because I'm autistic and I'm on the spectrum, we use a lot of different terms. And body doubling is basically where most neurodivergent people hang together. Is one will be working on one project while the other will be working on another project. We don't have to talk to each other. We don't have to look at each other. But having someone next to you while you're working tends to make you more productive. So I tend to use body doubling a lot when I'm working on projects. At the moment, Heidi has been able to book this area out every fortnight for me so I can do art for 3 hours. Majority of the art is specific, well, for art therapy is one of them, but also to prepare for the next Mindshare.
Radi's illustration is seen, and her Instagram handle is @_SATURNWINGS_.